Where are you currently? Are you at work?
Yeah, like I started this job like last week.
Okay.
It's kind of a part-time job
Okay.
in a it's an agribusiness consultancy firm.
Okay.
So today I'm at the office and like they are undergoing renovation.
Okay.
So like lots of people are at the office,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a good connection.
That's good. And
They have a good
what made you take this job?
connection. That's why, yeah. The farming, like 2 years ago, like I told you, including the construction period.
Mm-hmm.
But due to the COVID outbreak, we like the market is not good to access pullets like so that like I'm raising them to. So I have done one cycle, but like they finished laying
Mm-hmm.
and they will be sold for meat purpose on September. I just removed them and sold them out
Mm-hmm.
on September, but I couldn't get another batch because the market, like I told you, it's not stable right
Okay.
now. So like my employees are there. So I'm planning to engage in another business like using the farm,
Okay.
but like not poultry, like maybe we will be trying sheep or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, tell me more about how you got, like, what made you choose this business idea? What was the research that you did? What made you decide to venture into this business, in the poultry business in the
Yeah.
first place?
One is like I have a yeah, yeah. Actually, my passion is dairy, but like it needs relatively higher investment and capital. So I decided to start with what I have from my personal saving and some very small limited amount. That makes me engage in this sector is like we have large number of livestock. We have like huge potential in the sector, but it's underutilized. And with my dairy model, like I have this business model for my dairy smallholder farmers by providing them with feed, because that is one of the major constraints, and improved breeds of dairy which have a relatively higher productivity than our local breeds. So with that, I will provide them with the veterinary service and business consultancy advisor so that they can effectively manage the we cannot say it as a business for the small scale farmers, but it's a kind of
Livelihood.
how income generating activity. Yeah, livelihood. Yeah. So in my premise, what I was planning was to add value on their produce. I will collect back their produce and add value, which will be like suitable for a very niche market. Like we can return like a good profit with that thing. So I decided to start with the poultry with whatever I have. So it's in Addis Ababa. It's in the
How much
capital
savings
city,
did you
but
have when
it's
you
very
started?
far from like it was around 60,000 Ethiopian birr.
60,000 Ethiopian birr is how much in dollars?
60,000. Yeah.
In dollars?
In dollars, I have to calculate it because the inflation is very high right now. It's around $1,500.
Okay, good. And did you already own the land?
So there was yeah, I purchased the land
When?
from the smallholder, like crop farmers,
Okay.
2 years ago,
How much
exactly
did you
two
buy the
years
land
ago.
for?
Yeah. So with that, it is 90,000 Ethiopian birr.
Wow.
It
Okay.
was around 300 birr per meter square. So
Okay.
I purchased 300 meters square, the
Which is
total land
three hectares.
with 90,000 per, and in dollar, it's 10,000 meters square, right?
Yes.
I don't think it will be 3 hectares. It's much less.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's around 2,250
Okay.
for purchasing the land.
$2,250 is for the land, and then 1,500 is
50.
what you
Yeah.
invested in the poultry project, right?
And there is additional loan from the government, which I acquired using my mom's license.
Okay.
She has a small shop, so using her license, I borrowed this money around 120. In Ethiopian birr, it's 120,000.
So that's like
So in
4,000.
dollar, it will be $3,000.
Yeah, $3,000. Okay. And but
Yeah.
the 90,000
So you
that you
can see
used.
like,
Hello?
yeah, I'm listening.
The 90,000 that you used was from your own savings, right?
Yeah,
And the 60,000 also was from your savings.
yeah, sure. No. Saving 120 from
Uh,
the bank.
Okay, 120,000.
90,000 is actually to buy the land.
Okay, so it was out of the 120,000.
90,000 is to buy the land.
Okay,
Plus, there is another 60,000 from my personal saving. So together, it's around 180,000.
okay. So in the 180,000, you paid 90,000 for the land, right? And you were left with another 90,000.
Yeah,
Okay. And how much did you invest
yeah.
in the poultry business as a whole,
Uh, like excluding the construction,
including the construction, everything?
you mean? Including the construction and everything, the land was 90,000. For the poultry equipment and everything, it's 120,000. And the construction, it was more than 80,000, which my mom has helped or contributed gifts,
Okay,
and 120,000. It's a total of 182,000
okay.
in Ethiopian. So it's around 6,000 to 7,000
Dollars.
dollar in dollar. Yeah.
Okay. So literally your mom is your main partner in this venture, right?
Yeah. Like
Excellent.
she's there to help me.
Okay.
She doesn't have any other interest.
Okay.
So we've been able to expand the business like within a year, and we have left, like I have established another big house to introduce large number of players,
Okay, perfect. So now tell me
except that
about like
this current market situation.
how did you go about like putting this money together in order to achieve this goal? Did you have a lot of convincing to do? Did you do a business
Hello?
plan? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying what was your thinking
Hello, Chico. Can you
process?
hear me?
I can hear you. I'm asking, what was your thinking process when you were putting this together? Were you like, did you first, do the research, then come up with a business plan? Did you have prior knowledge in the sector? Because I know you have a background somewhat in agriculture. What were the steps that you took when you were putting the business together?
Yeah, like I had a very limited amount of money to start up the business. So So with my previous knowledge in the sector, I have done of course, but I have conduct commercial farms, veterinary inputs like a production equipment, like a feeder drinker. So I have done also like a business, a very small business plan, but like I have broken down the numbers. I prepared an Excel sheet, so I prepared the financials before
Excellent.
engaging in the business.
Excellent, excellent. Did you do any market research on the poultry, finding out where is the market, who are the buyers, who are the competition? What did you find? What made you excited that there's an opportunity here?
Yeah, I know for sure that it's a profitable business. Like it has like a very fast and like concerning market research, I didn't do any market research because I know for sure like there is a very huge like demand and supply gap. Like the prices were rising for the table eggs and everything. Uh, so with that, I was really sure about the market. So once they started the laying eggs, I started carrying out, and when I go to the school, when I go to the class during weekends, I just carry the eggs and like distribute to the shop. So through the process, I've been able to find like like collectors who come at my farm and collect.
Oh, nice.
So with that, like I didn't need to do a market research. I believe it's necessary, but it was kind of given.
Okay, okay. Because of the gap that existed in the market already, right?
Yeah.
So that was more of your own personal analysis of observing the market and seeing that the prices of eggs were rising, that there weren't maybe as many producers, and that there's a if you were able to produce good quality eggs, you could get a market, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was the assumption. Plus, in the sector, like you see lots of private investors, but they don't dare to enter in this livestock business.
Yes,
Especially when you see the dairy sector, they want to engage in the processing, but lots of them they don't want to raise cows.
yes.
So collecting bulk milk and everything. So most of the investors they don't want to get the sacrifice and everything joining this sector.
Yeah, 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 I understand. And so, what do you think was the thing that made the business succeed? Because I know you said your dream is to do dairy, so livestock dairy, and since you saw that the capital to go into that was a bit high, you felt like, let me start with something which is smaller, more affordable, and then grow into that. What do you think was your biggest advantage, running this business, the time that it was running before COVID? What was your biggest advantage?
Yeah, I would say first is the help of God, but like next to that is the knowledge, the background I have. Like I can treat my own chickens. Like I can check the quality of the feed that I gave them. I can like immune normal diseases, so I can like mostly prevent the introduction of the disease through biosecurity. I can train my employees. And like I have some business background through trainings in my MBA in agribusiness. So I've been able to build a good relationship with my local community and my clients, like my customers. So those things has really contributed a lot. Be productive. I completed the whole stock with the 93% productivity.
Nice.
Like
Wow.
almost all the chickens were like giving eggs. Yeah.
Impressive, impressive, very impressive. So it's clear that it's good to go into a business where you have a background, like you have an understanding. So it means even if you didn't have the passion, you could have been able to succeed in this business because of the knowledge that you have, right? So you have a background, I think in animal husbandry, an MBA in agribusiness, and then all these trainings that you've done, they've equipped you to be able to run, any type of agribusiness, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I believe in having a passion in the business. Like otherwise, you'll be bored. Like it might not become sustainable. So I didn't mind to live at that place. So I resigned from my I used to live in the city. So once I started the construction, I moved to that place. So there is no infrastructure, there is no light, and there is no water. So there is a sacrifice. So if you have a passion, like those things wouldn't mean anything. Like you tend to enjoy them than being challenged by those.
Definitely, definitely. I'm glad to hear that. I've come to
Mm.
realize also that, even if you do have the passion, sometimes the passion is not going to bring in the money, right? But the money also,
Yeah.
once you see that the money is coming in, the passion is what will allow you to keep pushing it. So you can see here, or is it here? I think it's or here, right? Is there where I want to emphasize on, like, because the business has to be
Yeah.
sustainable. And then your
Yeah.
story actually, like,
Yeah.
challenges everything that I have behind me, because your mom is the one who's, investing with you, because I understand she's an entrepreneur as well. And but it shows that she also could not support you if she didn't have any cash, right? If she didn't have any cash flow, if she didn't manage her own businesses
Of
properly,
course.
she wouldn't be able to invest in you and what you're doing. So what tell me about the pivot that you're doing right now. You said there was a time you started selling the eggs. How much money were you making selling the eggs, and how many chickens did you have?
It was a very small business. Like I'm not even dare to say it's a business. Like it's a kind of pilot project.
Okay.
I used to have only 500 chickens.
Okay.
There were 500 chickens. So every day I used to gather around 480, 460 amount of eggs. So that is around in dollars, it was around monthly earnings actually. Divided by 30, it's around $1,300
Okay. That you were making every month or every day?
per month.
Per month. Okay. You're saying it's a
Yeah,
pilot because I think you have a big vision, right? So you're thinking in terms of thousands and thousands of chicken, thousands of cows. But for the normal African
yeah,
farmer, 500 is a lot, isn't it?
yeah, of course, yeah.
And it's very
But I
hard.
have like this experience in Holland. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you've seen like 50,000 chickens, and uh, is that what you'd like to
yeah,
be
yeah.
able to achieve? Like have them in those batteries, or you would like to have them like free ranging?
No, I really believe in the welfare of the animals. Like that's when you can like that's how you can use their potential. And I really believe in maintaining the welfare of the chicken. So I usually keep them in a litter. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have like any plan to keep them in batteries or in a cage systems.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. We are actually raising chicken here as well, and we've made the same decision that we want to do free ranging. So we built, we have a space right next to where they're, kept in litter, where it's open every day for them to go out, and then now planting, greens and other plants around so that they can be able to feed off of it. Um, I think that's definitely important to have the welfare of the animal in mind. So what now? Like, what are your plans now? You said now you're pivoting from, doing chicken to what? What are you changing to, and what are you doing to make that process, efficient?
Mm, yeah, like right now, I'm not gonna go like into engaging in the poultry business, but like in one or marketing and production purpose.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do like I haven't plan it well, like in financial terms. but like I'm gonna introduce those. So I will have female ships, and so those will be cycling every 2 months. Like I can sell them out. The production stock will be maintained at the farm, but the fattening stock will be, will be sold every 2 months during holidays and every like those kinds of market. So I'm planning to do that, but at the same time, I'm looking for grant opportunities, and like I'm like communicating with people in Holland. So this job provide me that opportunity. Like I got this opportunity to meet people in the sector. So I'm planning also I'm dealing with some people to work in partnership. So in that case, I'll be definitely engaging in the dairy business. But like I helped two another families in my locality to start production of poultry. So both are currently operational. So even if my business is paused, but my employees are still there, so I'm to continue and sustain the business right now.
Okay. And you said the main decision that made you stop the poultry was what?
Uh, like I removed the first batch on September. So we cleaned the house and everything. We wanted to introduce another batch. So due to the COVID outbreak, lots of commercial processors was forced to discard lots of day-old chickens.
Mm-hmm.
So now the market is not stable. So we used to purchase a 3-month old pullets at
Okay.
140 birr,
Mm-hmm.
but now they are selling only 40 days chickens for almost double the price.
Wow, for almost 200 and
So
something birr.
that's why, yeah, it's almost 200 something. So and the price of the feed also it's rising. So I can easily manage the business if they are cheap and to do the numbers. So with that, I think I can sustain it, and at the same time, if I acquire the required capital and or partners, I will definitely engage in the dairy. So that's my
Perfect.
passion. I'll be uh, I'll be living there like forever.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so amazing because we started doing the silage this week for also dairy. My wife is
Okay.
really passionate about farming, so when we sold our business
Oh, nice.
December 2019, we moved up country, just for a sabbatical, and then COVID found us here, and so we told ourselves like, okay, so since we're here, what do we do? And for me, God showed me, the path in education technology. So I started an initiative to start educating low income children offline. And then for her, it was really going into farming. And as you know, I was in farming before. And then I thought I was going to go away from farming. So I was going to go into, something else. But then it just keeps calling you back, it just keeps calling you back. So I love the fact that
Mm,
you are resilient in the sense that you have been, you have been very flexible. You started the business with your savings, so it means you were very diligent in putting money aside. You got your mom to invest with you. It means she believes in you. She believes in what you're doing. You use your knowledge and your skills as your biggest asset to be able to run your business effectively. Getting to a 93%, production rate is really rare. I've seen very few farmers who have achieved that here. And then now seeing that, the market for chicken and poultry is becoming very unstable, you've decided to pivot to go to sheep. And there also, I'm sure you're going to use your knowledge and skills to come up with the best breed and, the best quality in your region. What advice would you give other entrepreneurs who are, starting a business, who want to start a business, in terms of how to manage themselves, how to manage their money? What advice would you give them? What are your principles?
is like to know your passion, like what are your interests, what do you really love, enjoy doing, like because it might not be sustainable, very short. If it would be a very short, would be like the first thing that I would recommend.
Hmm.
And then like to have a plan, like to break down them into pieces and to have a very clear plan. And otherwise you'll be like served of the business. You might also go bankrupt. So with a small resource, with the at the very small scale, so these two things are really relevant. And at the same time, using your networks, whatever personal network you have, you should like use it as a resource.
Hmm.
So that's also another, like there are also very relevant another entrepreneurial behaviors, like persisting through challenges. Like you don't need to give up whenever a problem appears. So yeah, those are the things. So I believe in continuous learning and education also. Like now nowadays you don't need to go to physically to a school, so you can teach in whatever topic you want. If you have an interest, you can like browse, you can like attend online courses. So that has really that will really contribute a lot in achieving dreams. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I'm so happy that you shared that. And in terms of money, how to manage money, how to manage loans, how to manage resource, how to save. What advice would you give other SME founders in terms of cash and money?
Yeah, like they need to have a very strong attitude towards this finance. Otherwise, it's really hard to build a business. So for me, also, I had this problem of managing money. So my experiences at Yali also, like love your like more than your mama. Cash flow is more than your mama. So those things must work here. So with that regard, planning would also help at the first place. Planning is really important. And the other thing is like you need to give value for money. Like you don't need to spend more than you earn. That is the basic principle. So if you have a plan, with that plan, like you can do the savings and everything, you can achieve the goals, the short term and the long term goals you have. So you have to give respect to money, because I don't really care about money earlier, like in like if you ask me this question 5 years ago or something, like I love to spend money, like I love to help people, whatever. uh, so if you can't stand by yourself, if you're not financially dependent, you cannot help others. So that should be a primary thing, I think.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know you have to get back to work, but this was very helpful. I'm sure this is going to help educate and inform a lot of entrepreneurs out there. And then I'll follow up with you in the next 6 months again. We'll stay in touch, definitely, but I'll follow up with you in the next 6 months to
Okay.
see how your operation is going, how the sheep are going, because that's something I also. It's like we're literally following each other in the same journey. Uh, we've started with poultry. We're gonna do the cows. I was talking about the sheep this weekend. Literally, I was like, I just want to buy, but I don't just want to buy. I want to be able to have one of the best breeds in my region. That if I can get very good males, people can hire
Yeah.
my males out, for mating, and then also be able to, speak to my sheep so that their meat can be better than everybody else's meat, like literally to the point where maybe even
Yeah.
making them listen to romantic music for their meat to be very tender. Because I just don't want to sell
Yeah,
meat,
that's
right?
so
So
interesting.
yeah, but I think I'm gonna keep you as a
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
as a as an external advisor, so that you can. I'll make sure we arrange a call with my wife one of these weekends,
Yeah,
so
sure.
that we can learn from your experience. But I'm really, really happy
Okay.
of what you're becoming, and I know this dream of yours is gonna come true. If you're interested, in coming and connecting with dairy farmers in Kenya, you let me know. If you have contacts, that's good. If you don't, I can be able to connect you with people who are doing dairy farming in my region here. Because I strongly believe you're gonna make that thing. Like when I just listen to you and I see how you're going, I am confident that in the next 3 years you're gonna be like big time in your dairy business, because you have the focus, you have the plan, you have the understanding, and you've already started. And I think that's what's gonna inspire a lot of people about your story.
Thank you so much, Chico. Thank you. So, like, yeah, like you have inspired us, like during the YALI session. Like, I used to have this plan. I will start my business in 2 years. I'll start building my family and everything. I'm not married yet. Like, I put that plan on the paper just because you asked us to plan something, but I didn't work for it. So that's why I'm here. But like, I'm really, I believe that I'm doing good with the business aspect. So yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you and looking forward to help and to contribute.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you take good care of yourself. Have a wonderful day, and then I'll let you know once this content is uploaded. I'll share with you a link that you can share with your friends as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, all the best. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay. Say hi to your daughters.
I will. I will. I will.